Welcome to your restorative class for embodiment. This class is going to marry the concept of Shraddha or faithfulness with the Annamayakosha or the physical outermost sheath of our being, in hopes that through cultivating faithfulness, we will embolden ourselves to take authority, agency, and responsibility for how we care for this vessel that carries all of the other layers and sheaths that make up who we are and our experiences, but most importantly, the essence or soul that resides within us. So embodiment is the practice of being present within your body, and that will be our focus for the duration of this practice. And I've chosen a slow-paced, gentle, nourishing class because in our current climate, slowing down is a courageous act of self-care, and it truly allows us to become present with this home, with this vessel that carries our soul. So again, our key concepts today are Shraddha, faithfulness, and channeling that faithfulness into our ability to care for the physical body or the Annamayakosha. Now, to expand upon these teachings, I'd like to dive further into them with a few readings. The first one from Light on Life by BKS Iyengar, where in his chapter on stability that maps to the physical body, he says, "It is here that the yogi embarks on the inward journey toward the core of his being. Many associate yoga with a rejection of the world, its responsibilities and commitments, and even with extreme austerity leading to self-mortification. But is not the greater challenge and greater fulfillment to be found living in the world with its tribulations and temptations, and at the same time to maintain both balance and self-control in the everyday life of a householder? To be spiritual, one must not deny or forget the body. Throughout the journey to the spiritual goal, the body must be kept active. Yoga is as old and traditional as civilization, yet it persists in modern society as a means to achieving essential vitality. But yoga demands that we develop not only strength in body, but attention and awareness in mind. The yogi knows that the physical body is not only the temple for our soul, but the means by which we embark on the inward journey toward the core. Only by first attending to the physical body can we hope to accomplish anything in our spiritual lives." So rich, right? That's from Light on Life by BKS Iyengar. And then from Mudras for Healing and Transformation by Joseph and Lillian Lepage, this is what they say about the Annamayakosha. Anna means food or matter, and the Annamayakosha refers to the physical body, the dimension of our being that is nourished by food. This includes our anatomy and physiology, as well as the 5 elements that form the matrix of the body. A key to health and healing within our physical being is being completely present with our physical bodies. By cultivating embodiment, which we'll do on the mat together today, we naturally increase our sensitivity to the body's messages, helping us to perceive signs of imbalance earlier than we normally would. Increased body awareness also gives us a greater sense of which lifestyle habits genuinely support our physical being. In addition, enhanced body awareness allows us to use our bodies with the least strain and maximum ease and efficiency. As we inhabit our bodies more fully, we develop greater respect for the intelligence that orchestrates its miraculous functioning with greater presence and appreciation. I love this part. Self-love and self-care develop naturally. So that ability, that authority, that agency to care for this outermost sheath, which allows us to live in complete harmony within all of our bodies. And we'll practice a mudra called the Prithvi mudra today, which is the gesture of the earth for the Annamayakosha or the physical body, and the core quality is embodiment. So that is the why behind the how of our practice. I need you to have a bolster or something similar Pillows will do in your household, the sturdiest pillows you've got. I need you to be in comfortable clothing and create a nourishing environment. So pause me for a moment to turn down the lights, maybe light a candle or two, diffuse an incense, diffuse some essential oils, play relaxing music in the background. Any actions you can take right now to make this a comfortable, secure, safe place. It will only help you to drop in more easily and be more present with your body as we navigate today's practice. And I will meet you in an upright seated posture to begin with breath work and our mudra for today. You can place the bolster off to the side for now and meet me in an upright seated posture. You can be in hero's pose with a block underneath you or sukhasana, easy seat. Once you arrive, we'll bring our hands into the gesture, the Prithvi Mudra, the gesture of the earth for the Annamayakosha. To do this, we'll bring the thumb and the ring finger to connect together, thumb and ring finger connecting, and then rest this gesture atop the thighs here. And make any adjustments for you to feel as grounded, as secure, as stable as you possibly can here. Once you arrive into that version of the posture, roots down, lift through the crown. Begin to breathe. Begin to sense the borders of the body, the earth plane beneath you, the clothing that rests atop the surface of your skin, the temperature of the room, the environment that's currently holding you. Becoming aware of the physical elements that surround you. Noticing any noises, both near and far. Noticing any physical sensations that are arising, possibly aches, discomfort. And welcoming any and all sensations. They are allowed to be here for this practice. They are part of our existence. And as we hold this mudra, the core quality being embodiment, instilling a greater sense of security and stability, instilling a greater sense of authority and agency over how we care for this vessel, this dimension that holds our soul, we'll begin to inhale and exhale for a count of 4. And also pause at the top and the bottom of the breath for a count of 4. This is called box breathing. It's also called samavriti, where we take an equal count for each portion or part of the breath. Exhale completely. I like to do that through pursed lips. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Continue like this for 2 more minutes, guiding yourself through box breath. Final minute. Last round. At the bottom of your exhale, you'll pause, keep the eyes closed down. Release the breath. Allow yourself to breathe naturally and normally. In the end, you must learn to take care of yourself first. You must throw away the idea that doing so is selfish. You were taught such things by people who had to justify their own lack of self-actualization. You'll never be as far away from helping someone else than when you are in need of help. And you'll never find hurting another as easily excusable as when you yourself are hurt. If there's nothing else in this world that you can even find a semblance of control over, begin a journey to your own inner peace. It will do more than you know. Okay. Setting our bolster up to be vertical at the back of the mat, preparing for supported fish pose, a variation. If you have a very tall bolster, you might want to roll up a blanket and make it very thick so that it's a bit less of sensation. If you've got a lower bolster like me, no worries. And I like to place my blanket at the back of my mat for neck support. We'll be here for 5 minutes together, instilling a sense of security, stability, slowing down as that courageous act of self-love and self-care here. Settling in, make any adjustments to be as comfortable as you can. Once you arrive, bring your awareness to the feet. Wiggle all 10 toes. Allow the feet to splay outward. Heels pointing inward. Ankle joints are relaxed. You can rotate or flex and point the feet to make sure that the ankle joints, calf muscles, the knee joints, and the thighs are all letting go. Allow the earth plane to hold you here. Awareness climbs into the pelvic bowl. Permission to soften. Permission to relax. Permission to nourish yourself. Awareness at the navel. Belly rising and falling softly with ease. Releasing any efforting. Internal flame burning steadily. Awareness at the chest. Backside fully supported. Front side opening, expanding, receiving. Shoulders reaching towards the floor. Elbows supported. Forearms relaxed. Wrist joints being held. Feeling warmth and presence in all 10 fingers. Awareness at the throat, gently swallow. Allow your voice to rest. Allow the inner voices, especially the inner critic, to soften. Taking care of all the parts and pieces that are often offline or don't feel seen and cared for as we rest here. Back of the skull being held. Jaw letting go. Eyeballs relaxing. Hairline softening. The space between the brows smoothing out. The waves and the fluctuations of thoughts becoming less and less volatile. Allowing our wisdom to surface and support us. crown of the head, expanding and receiving, remembering that we are spiritual beings. Last minute here, allow yourself to rest completely. Final breath here. Inhale. Soft sigh. Bend the knees. Lift the hips. Sway them over to the right. Come on to the left side to push up, preparing for a supported twist. If you have a block, I recommend placing it underneath the furthest end of the bolster here. Always bringing the floor plane to us. Again, you can keep the blanket at the very edge for neck support. Left hip is connecting with the edge of the bolster here. Legs are staggered. Turn towards your prop and slowly lower yourself down. Left ear coming down, right ear coming down if you'd like more sensation. You can try both out and decide what feels best for yourself. We're here for 3 minutes. Each moment awakening our authority and our agency to care for this sheath. To develop the faith that we can exercise this authority, this responsibility, that we have it within us to practice self-care and self-love to the best of our ability. Each breath awakening that faith that we can exercise our right to practice self-care. Again, if there are any sensations of discomfort, tension, or resistance, welcome that. Welcome that to the mat. It is allowed to be present here. This is precisely what we are doing together, caring for this physical body. That's often ignored, taken for granted. So allow the body to speak. We don't need to make up any stories about the sensations. Instead, let's be present. Welcome what's bubbling to the surface. Last 3 breaths. How present can you be with each inhale and exhale? Use your hands to bring the torso to an upright position, and you can simply switch sides, point the knees to the opposite side of the mat, right hip connecting with the edge of the bolster, making all of the adjustments so that you feel fully cared for and as grounded as you can be in this posture. Right ear down, left ear down if you'd like more sensation here. Settling in for 3 minutes together, scanning the physical body, listening to its cues, to its messages, to its feedback, welcoming all of that into your practice. And as we welcome those messages, simultaneously we're signaling to our body, to the Annamayakosha, I am here. I'm developing Shraddha in myself, faith in myself to care for you, my vessel. I am here reclaiming my authority over nourishing you, my physical body. Holding your awareness within the Annamayakosha, the physical body. Reconnecting with this dimension of our being. Each moment of embodiment further instills that faithfulness, that Shraddha that we're here to cultivate. Last breath. Make your way to an upright posture. I already feel so nourished. Bring the hands behind you. Let's windshield wipe the legs from side to side. Coming into fan pose or straddle or Upavista Konasana, a few variations I want to offer you here. If you've got the blanket, I'd love for you to sit on the edge of this prop. If Upavista Konasana is not something that's available to you quite often, then we can bend the knees here, use the bolster as a prop for the head, like so. My prop's a little saggy, so it's more difficult, but keep the hands here, resting on the ankles. You're in a gentle forward fold, head connecting with the bolster. If you'd like to practice fan pose instead, you can build a tower with your props for your bolster to rest atop of. And if you had even more props, you can add them here to keep bringing the earth plane closer to you. Finding a forward fold to the degree that feels right for your legs and your low back. And we're here for 5 minutes together. 5 minutes. If you have the space to lie the chest down atop your prop, you can do that. If it feels too much to even be folded forward, you can come back to the first variation, which I might do in a minute or two. Being present with what feels empowering. Taking a moment to scan your life and search for the opportunities that exist for self-care to be practiced. I know that this can often feel overwhelming when there's many pieces that need to be tended to. But scanning with non-attachment around your lifestyle habits pertaining to the physical body. Where would you like to reclaim responsibility? Where would you like to reclaim authority? Having full faith, full trust in yourself that you can make the changes that are necessary. You hold the power. We hold the power. Last 2 minutes. Scanning your life. Where can I practice self-care? I personally feel overwhelmed by all of the opportunities for self-care. Know that you're not alone if there are many areas where you'd like to reclaim responsibility, and trust yourself that you'll make the most wise decision around which first practice to tend to and to devote your energy to. Last breath here. That felt so nice. Coming to an upright posture. Again, let's windshield wipe the legs. If you had the bolster in that position connecting with the forehead, place it down. You can windshield wipe the legs as slow or as fast as you feel necessary. Coming into supported Sphinx pose. Again, if you have a thinner bolster like I do, this will work. If you've got a thicker one, I'd love for you to roll up a blanket into a big burrito-like roll. And we'll have the bolster underneath our hands. And I'm placing my blanket back here for a moment to see if it feels good underneath my shins. At times, this posture, when held for a sustained period, it can create some low back discomfort. So that's something to watch out for here. But elbows are on the ground in front of the bolster. There we go. And we're here for 5 minutes. Settling in. This is a subtle heart opener. If at any time you want to bring the chin to rest in the hands, you totally can. This is a mix of Sphinx pose and crocodile blended together. I'll let you know when we're halfway if you'd like to take a different variation here. This is a more active posture within a restorative sequence. And it's my hope that it further instills faithfulness, Shraddha, in your ability to care for the Annamayakosha, the physical dimension. So allow the strength that this pose requires to remain upright, chest lifted, chest expansive, to instill that faithfulness within you. The self-belief that I can care for my body. If you'd like to switch to crocodile, this is your opportunity. Cup both hands around the chin. Breath is present. Breath is consistent. Keeping the fluctuations of the mental, emotional body in an even, neutral state. Last minute. Feeling so thankful for this opportunity to care for yourself. Feeling so thankful for your decision and your discernment to do this practice. Last breath. Placing the hands down, coming into an upright posture, and transitioning into child's pose here. Turn the bolster so that it's now vertical. You can prop the bolster up with one block. You can even place a blanket at the top of the mat. You can also place a blanket between the bum and the heels for some added support here. Resting down, we're here for 3 minutes together. Letting any tension that might have built up from that subtle heart opener dissipate as we move in the opposite direction here in Balasana. Many of us know that Balasana, the English term is child's pose. When we think of a child, we often think of its mother and how an empowering, fulfilled, whole child is often the product of devoted mothering. And so here we are mothering ourselves, tending to our own inner child, which is a courageous act, like we spoke about. Last 3 breaths. Each one enhancing a sense of earth plane connection, appreciation for the physical body, faith that we can care for this vessel that holds our essence as we navigate our spiritual journey. Last breath. Awesome. Coming upright. Last posture on each side before coming into Shavasana. Bolster comes to a horizontal position across the mat. If you've got a blanket, it can go between both knees for added support. Drape the Side body across the bolster. Right arm will rest underneath as a pillow here. Okay. And you can even use a block for extra head support. And then drape the left arm overhead. Fingers may rest in the palm of the right hand. And we're here for 3 minutes, making any adjustments so that we feel as comfortable as possible as we hold this posture. Welcoming sensations, allowing the body to have a conversation with us. This side of my body always has a lot to say. It has for many years now. There's been a difficult relationship through injury, through chronic pain, through frustration, a lot of denial, and truthfully, me ignoring it. So here I'm simply listening to my body, allowing it to be present, to be seen, to be cared for. Attempting to not judge sensations. To not create a story around them. The last minute or so. Last breath. Moving to the other side. Left arm reaches out beneath you, left side of the body drapes over the bolster. Using the block or not using the block. And again, we have 3 minutes. Right arm drapes overhead. Finding the position that feels right. Trusting yourself to make any and all adjustments. This same expansion that you're feeling all along the right side of the body, mirroring what's possible in regards to our self-care, taking ownership, reclaiming responsibility for this physical sheath, having faith in ourselves, having faith in our abilities, having faith in our right. So often expectations outweigh self-care. Last minute or so here. Three final breaths. Each breath filled with so much tender, loving care. Beautiful. Coming to an upright posture, preparing for Shavasana. If you have a very tall bolster, you might want to use blocks instead underneath the knees for this Supta Baddha Konasana variation. The legs will open wide in a butterfly-like shape right here, letting the bolster support you. Blanket behind the head if you have one, or a pillow for added support. Lowering yourself down with care, with ease. Arriving into your final posture here. Again, if you have a very tall bolster, you'll want to swap blocks potentially to rest under the knees. And our final pose, we have 5 minutes together. You may want to rest the hands on the belly, on the hip points. You may want to rest the hands beside you, palms facing up. Let's take a few rounds of box breath here. Inhale and exhale to center yourself. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Breathe naturally and normally. Feel the earth plane connecting with the back of the skull, both shoulder points, elbow joints, wrist joints, backs of the hands, the whole upper to mid back region, low back lifting away, sacrum supported by the earth plane, pelvic bowl connecting, legs supported by props, heels, edges of the feet, pinky toes connecting with the ground beneath. Resting here, fully and completely cared for. Trusting that you know what's best for your body. Trusting in your ability to practice self-care. Resting here in this knowingness. Even if you feel you are falling behind, even if you are not where you thought you'd be, even if nothing turned out the way you thought it would, it does not mean you are not still growing. Real growth is not always just constant forward motion. It's also staying still. Growth is learning the hard lessons. Growth is deep rest. Growth is stopping to reconsider where you're headed before you arrive there. Growth is letting yourself settle. It's letting yourself blossom. It's letting yourself see how much good is already in your life before you hunger for more. Start to awaken your physical body with your prana, your life force, your breath. Send that vitality out to the borders of the body, to the feet, to the hands, to the top of the head. And in your own time and in your own way, meet me in an upright seated posture to close with Om. Feeling a deep sense of embodiment, nourishment, presence, and connection with our ability to practice self-care. A deep sense of Shraddha in our ability to practice self-care with authority, agency, and responsibility. Hands into prayer. Sit up nice and tall, spread across the collarbone, lift the sternum, borders of the thumb connect. Inhale with me. Gently bowing, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Peace Peace Peace. May the peace we create within our physical bodies ripple out into our relationships, our pursuits, our communities, and into the greater world and all beings that also need peace. Gradually open the eyes, lift the gaze. Thank you so much for joining me. What we leave the mat with is this inquiry around how we can have faith in our ability to care for the Annamayakosha, the physical body. And it is my deepest hope and desire that you leave here feeling incredibly grounded and empowered to practice that faithfulness within yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll meet you back here, as always, to keep practicing yoga holistically.